Hi, and welcome to ChannelShift.com. I'm Rob D'Amico alongside Michele Rahal. Let's talk some surprises. No, not that Michele Rahal's still here. I'm trying to get him kicked off.
I'm a virus. Then you no getting rid of me, people. No getting rid of me.
Let's start it off with NASCAR. Kyle Busch doing very well at the beginning of the season. Joe Gibbs Racing, for that matter, in those Toyotas. I did not expect them to be this strong so early.
I fully expected them to be strong,
Figures.
and I said so. I thought Kyle Busch would be a star. I thought that the change was going to do him good. And when Joe Gibbs took on...
When did you say this?
I said this on the radio show, and you know damn well I did.
Get out of here.
I did. I said Kyle Busch is going to be a star moving to that team. I thought that he would, and I also predicted that he and Denny Hamlin were not going to be pals anymore. And guess what? They aren't. But on the Joe Gibbs Racing team side, they got Toyota. They are the star team of Toyota. Toyota put its resources behind them. They knew exactly what they were doing. And guess what? They're excelling. Kyle Busch is excelling. He seems to be on some mission that he has to prove something. Am I surprised about Hendrick and one win? No, you get that much talent on one team, and guess what? The whole team's going to suffer if you continue down the path of that team mentality. And you can see this plainly in Formula One. There's always a number one driver, always. Because when you have too many talented people on one team and somebody's not the number one, you're doomed. Who's number one right now? It's got to be Dale Jr. Dale Jr. is the most consistent person on the Hendrick team.
All right, hold on. Let me go back to Joe Gibbs Racing. You said something that I totally disagree with.
You always go in reverse.
Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin are still best of friends. Those guys.
Oh, yeah, sure they are.
They are. You know, hold on.
They're pals, man. They're exchanging
The
gifts
competition level is, they've risen the bar over there, and it helped each and every one of those drivers.
Do you forget Talladega where they were bitching at each other, where they were he was not gonna help them? I mean, they didn't get any help out of each other. Neither one of them were friends. They were no friends. There's no friendship there. You know what? This is auto racing, ladies and gentlemen. Auto racing. There are no friends. You can be pals or you act like pals off the track, but the truth of the matter is, when you're out there and you put that helmet on, it's every damn man for himself.
All right, let's move teams. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to add that one in there because he's sitting here with me, isn't he? All right, let's go to Hendrick Motorsports. You mentioned it. One win so far this year. Big surprise because they dominated last year. And I want to talk about Jeff Gordon and the slump that he's in right now. And it surprises me because this is a guy who's going for, he has tons of championships on his side and just can't seem to get in victory lane this year.
I am not all that surprised. Again, I'm going to go right back to what I said, that the Hendrick team has so many talented people on it. You know, we can X Mears out on that one.
Come on, be nice.
Unfortunately, Mears is just not living up to all the hype. But as far as Gordon is concerned, what Gordon has done is he's found himself in a position where, guess what? They're not sharing all the information anymore. They're not playing nice anymore. They're all talented people. And hey, Gordon and Earnhardt doesn't look like they're pals, does it?
No, I will say that.
If he wants to get by me, let him take it.
Yeah, those guys at Talladega, yes, I do remember that. And that's one of those things. Again, that is, you know, the heat in the moment there. You're out to win. You got, you know, check. I mean, let's
Don't
be honest.
make excuses.
I'm not. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in a 72 race slump. 2 years, folks, that he hasn't won. The pressure is building. It is all on him right now, and it's tough.
So it's tough. It's a performance-based business. He's at the top of the food chain with Hendrick right now.
Exactly, and he's got the name, the backing, everything. He has got the talent. Get your ass in victory lane now.
The guy is going to win. The guy is going to take championships. These things happen. I mean, when we look back when Roush was dominating, had so many of his cars in the chase.
All five.
Oh my God! Everybody thought this is the end of competition as we know it. The super teams are taking over. Well, what happened? Everybody's had a one-year run, and everybody else caught up really fast. Sounds a hell of a lot like Formula One, doesn't it?
Here's a team that hasn't caught up, but one of the drivers has done a great job, Montoya and Ganassi over there. He made it in. I know he's not in right now, but he made it in that top 12 the hard way. He earned it. He wasn't in that top 12 since the beginning of the season. He worked his way up into that top 12, and I give him props for that.
And I think I'm going to give flops to the team Ganassi. I think that Ganassi has put so much effort into his Indy Racing League, into his Daytona prototype programs, that he has somehow not allocated the correct resources to the Cup team. And what's happened? Montoya, Sorensen, and Franchitti's definitely suffered. Let's face it. Here's what I think needs to happen. Montoya has made the switch with crew chiefs. I think that's a fantastic thing to have happened. I think that what we saw at Richmond was an anomaly. It was a big crash. Could have happened at Talladega. Could have been completely in reverse because he was in contention at Richmond.
Yep.
And I think he's going to climb right back into the top 12, and I think he's going to make the chase. And that, of course, is opposite to what you said earlier in the year.
Yes, he will not make the chase.
He damn sure will make the chase, and he's going to make everybody cry.
Mark the tape. That's all I got to say. All right, let's move to F1.
You're a
Lewis Hamilton, who finished 1 point behind the leader last year, and the world champion Kimi Raikkonen. He's kind of struggling this year over in that series.
Yeah, are you surprised?
I am.
He and Ron Dennis made it so hard for Fernando Alonso to actually conduct himself as a two-time world champion. This kid showed him absolutely no respect whatsoever. And you don't do that to a two-time world champion. And this is not the first time that Ron Dennis and McLaren have done this. Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, you put two of those guys on the same team, what happens? They take each other out. He did exactly the same thing to Michael Andretti and Ayrton Senna. Even Senna said, this is just not the right thing to do. They brought Michael Andretti on as in Formula One as his teammate. What happens? They changed the testing. They changed the testing as soon as they bring Michael Andretti on. So the guy gets no testing and he gets thrown into the middle of the sharks. This is typical Formula One. Ron Dennis, Lewis Hamilton, you're getting what you deserve right now because you were taking all the setups that Alonso had. Alonso's laughing at you.
Can somebody get him a tissue, please? I'm sick of him whining over here.
Ain't no whining, and I ain't afraid to say what I mean.
Well, you just mentioned these guys on F1 are never going to be teammates. They're out for themselves, so why should Lewis Hamilton give Alonso respect?
When you're a rookie, you better. There's always a number one, man. Come on. Why do you think Ferrari's so successful right now? Because there's a number one. Always a number one. It was Michael Schumacher. Right now it's Kimi Raikkonen. There's no way that they're going to put Alonso and Raikkonen on the same team.
I agree with that.
That ain't going to happen. They're always going to have a number one. And in Formula One, if you don't do that, then you end up defeating yourself. And Ron Dennis, McLaren, you're defeating yourself right now.
We got more surprises coming up. If you have any, let us know. All you got to do is log on to channelship.com, hit the upload button. For Michele, Rahal, I'm Rob D'Amico. Thanks for watching.